Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our webinar, Easily Upgrade Your PBXact to the new version 16. My name is Elvira Crespo, and I'm the Marketing Manager for Open Source at Sangoma. Today, we have with us the great Mike White, Vice President of Open Source Solution Sales, with us here to give this presentation. I would like to remind all of you that you can ask questions at any time during the webinar using the question sections on the control panel, and then we will review them at the end of the presentation. Okay? Hey, Mike.
Hi, Elvita. Thank you very much. Hi, everyone, and thanks for joining us today. My name is Michael White. As Elvita mentioned, I am the VP of Open Source Sales here at Sangoma. For those of you who don't know me, I joined Sangoma just over 2 years ago via acquisition. My company, E4 Technologies, was a long-standing partner of Sangoma's and a very active member of the FreePBX and Asterisk communities. You know, as a member of the Sangoma team, I'm currently doing the same thing that I've been doing for the past 16 years at E4, and that's helping customers find the perfect phone system for their business. On the docket for today, we'll do a quick refresher on PBXact, potentially for those maybe that showed up here wanting to learn more about FreePBX and PBXact updates in general. We'll learn about what's new in PBXact 16. We'll chat just briefly about some of the prerequisites that'll be necessary to get there. And then we'll walk through a quick upgrade to PBXact 16. And I've created this document, and we'll share it after the webinar. It has a nice list of additional resources that can help you upgrade your PBXact 16 system. So just a quick refresher on PBXact. Forged in the heart of our open source projects, Asterisk and FreePBX, you know, PBXact is a feature-rich UC platform that is driven by the innovation of a very large community of developers. As our vetted commercial version of FreePBX, PBXact is delivered worry-free from bugs and with the added benefit of a SLA, which is something that's simply just not available currently in FreePBX. PBXact is tightly integrated with all Sangoma devices and services. This gives you the ability to configure you know, things like carrier services, gateways, telephones, basically, you know, enabling a very feature-rich voice, fax, and text environment for your users. PBXact has several different ways to order. It's available through any of our open source partners throughout the world, or by utilizing our very easy to use configuration wizards that can be found at portal.sangoma.com. For users comparing the add-ons available in FreePBX, it should be noted that PBXact at its base includes just about $2,300 worth of commercial modules. That's when you compare it to purchasing a la carte from the FreePBX ecosystem. It also includes Sangoma Connect and any of our mobile or desktop items, and this is a good example of how all the features are included. Another good thing to mention is that PBXact has multiple deployment options to meet the very specific needs of your use case. Please keep in mind that PBXact has feature parity across all platforms. You know, if the feature exists in our cloud platform today, it's also available in our software-only licensing. Users do have the ability to migrate their FreePBX system directly to our cloud-based service. That's PBXact Cloud. And Sangoma offers a host of dedicated appliances ranging in size from our $645 PBXact 25 right on up on to our 2,000 user enterprise server. We also offer software-only implementation of PBXact. This can be ordered on a per-user basis. You can use that on a virtual machine or leverage HA or high availability in your own public or private cloud, as well as deployment in your own VMware infrastructure. If by chance you came here today looking for information on converting your FreePBX to PBXact, we recently introduced a portal-based utility for converting your FreePBX system to PBXact on the fly. Just a quick shameless plug here. The solution starts at $458, and we're currently running a promo that gives you $100 off converting your FreePBX to PBXact. Just use the Valen Tango discount code on checkout. One other quick housekeeping item. If you're interested, we've released Sangoma Phone into beta. The official product name for our new desktop application is Phone. Some of you may have heard me refer to this as Sangoma Connect Desktop in Planning. Sangoma Phone will be the supported desktop client going forward for FreePBX and PBXact, and will down the road ultimately replace Zulu as the desktop. In the near term, Sangoma Phone and Zulu desktop will be supported. For now, licensing for Sangoma Phone will follow what is presently done for Zulu and Connect. All users on the system will have the ability to utilize this application, and we will be introducing additional features in phases. Just a quick note, our engineering team is already happily working on phase 2, and you'll be getting some more news on that in the near future. Quick takeaway here, if you have PBXact, you have licensing that is available for Sangoma Phone, which is in beta, and I've put some information in my additional resources section on how to obtain that. So what's new in PBXact 16? Let's talk about it. So we really have two classifications of what's new in Suite 16. There are new 16 only features, and then we've also created some new features that have been backported into 15. Probably the most important feature of this version is our migration to PHP 7. Earlier versions only supported up to PHP 5.6, which, as many of you probably know, was long past DUL. Another quick change, we've done away with Chan SIP as the default. It's currently disabled, and Chan PJ SIP is now the default SIP channel driver located at port 5060. New in 16 and also backported to 15. If you remember, the big key feature update in 15 was the backup and restore process. That is going to be talked about here in today's webinar, but we also added GraphQL. In this time, over the past year, we've added probably about 35 new API calls to our GraphQL setup. Just a few things, internally we're using this to make our own cloud deployment simpler, but as a user of PBXact, you're welcome to take full advantage of these APIs as well. We've also created the ability to templatize UCP users into a predefined experience. No longer, when you're setting up a new system, if you've created new users in UCP, you can create a predefined template that will be assigned to each user when they log in for the first time. We've also created some complexity rules for passwords on UCP, and we've overhauled the firewall module. This will consolidate some sysadmin security features as well. We've adjusted some responsiveness thresholds for the firewall module admin, and then provided a HTTPS redirect. No longer do you have to modify the htaccess file if you want to provide that HTTP to HTTPS redirect. Simply just check a box in the administrative GUI. Who should upgrade to 16? I'd say everybody, but certainly admins running 14 and earlier. 14 has been moved to security fixes only, so no bug fixes there. You should have migrated to 15 already. We will be announcing EOL for 14 following the release of 16. That's coming up very soon here. Any company that is looking to be in compliance for security audits related to PHP will want to move up to this version as it supports 7.4. For those running 15 that are otherwise not having issues and don't have a need for that particular PHP version, there's no immediate need to upgrade, but we recommend that you do so anyway. And in the future, we will move 15 to security fix it only, so there will be no good reason to stay there. Just a couple prerequisites to talk about. In order to receive the latest update, all PBXact systems are required to carry a current POMP. POMP is an acronym. It stands for Peace of Mind Packages. All POMPs plans include 3 elements. The first one is a service level agreement. Silver and Gold offer during business hours, or 24/7 guaranteed response time, broken down into 3 categories: critical, moderate, or normal. Once you've subscribed to a pump, you will have the ability to access our support team either during business hours or after business hours. Each SLA includes 1 year of updates for the software and all add-ons. And it does include a support element. Remember that PBXact is delivered to you free of bugs, but we also include a small professional services support entitlement that can be increased as well throughout the life cycle of your Peace of Mind package. To order Peace of Mind package or check to see if you're up to date, please direct your browser to portal.sangoma.com/store. Once there, you'll see the PBXact support and warranty section. You will need your deployment ID. If you don't know how to get this, you can find it in Portal under My Products PBX, or simply by navigating to the System Admin Activation section of the PBX. Please remember that this process for checking pumps gives you the ability to do so right in the wizard, and you can add or update your current pumps level and also include or add additional professional services on the fly. One other housekeeping item, I just want to mention a quick note about the older Sangoma D-series phones. Back in version 15, the Digium Phones add-on module was moved to Endpoint Manager, where it probably should have been in the first place. While it was never technically supported under PBXact, it was available to install from the module update section. This is not supported at all in version 16. You will need to move to the EPM version of DPMA. Anyone using the D-series add-on will need to move to that Endpoint Manager for phone provisioning. Endpoint Manager has been updated to provide full app support for any of the D-series phones. The earlier EOL D-series phones, i.e. the 40 through the 70, will have only basic support for the older XML apps. Anyone installing the D or P series phone over the past year has already been using that. And just for reference, I'm bringing this up today, but this really only affected maybe a few thousand phones in the field. So I just wanted to, as a quick housekeeping item, mention this. Feel free to reach out to myself or anyone on my team for some additional clarification after this webinar if necessary. Upgrading to PBXact 16. Getting started. We have 2 methods for upgrading to 16 from PBXact. In PBXact, the first method is to restore directly from backup. This is the state-sponsored recommended method. Starting in FreePBX 15, as mentioned previously, the backup and restore module, which was the big hit, gives you the ability to restore legacy backups taking from versions as old as 2.8. Restoring your backup from there onto a newly installed, freshly installed, brand new, shiny, spanking new 16 system is the recommended path. Method 2, the upgrade and placed method, allows you to take your existing system 15 and migrate it all the way to 16 using the module repo. It will perform a quick check to ensure that you're running the proper distro and that there are no modules present that don't work with 16. It's going to take PHP 5.6, remove and install 7.4 during the upgrade process. That's quite a bit there. So there will be some waits along the line. While the upgrade process is generally straightforward, 15 and 16 are both based on SNG 7, but if anything interrupts the process, it can leave the graphical user interface broken. Knowing how to get a hold of support in this case might be a good idea. More on that later. And there have been a few reports from the community that the upgrade process from CLI is reliable, a little bit more reliable. And when I say this, it offers a little bit more verbosity when going through the process. I've also included some some documentation on upgrading directly from the CLI. If you choose method 2 and you experience any issues, then you can go back. You could always go back to method 1 since you've created a backup, and that's to restore your system directly on the clean system from backup. Okay, let's talk about the steps here. Step 1, this is probably one of the most important processes in, any successful restore process for any software. You want to have a backup. So the cleanest and safest way is that we recommend is by using the backup and restore module to take a backup of your system. Don't move on to step 2 without this. Step 2, download and install the updater 15 to 16. For this, we're going to navigate in the GUI. We're going to click modules, and under the admin section, you'll find updates. From there, you'll select the module updates tab and then click the check online option. Once the check online operation is finished, it will show you all available modules available to install. In this case, we're focused specifically on the PBXact updater. Next up, you will select under module updates the download all option and then click the process button. Step 6, you'll want to confirm the action or confirm the setup. This will prompt you for confirmation to install the PBXact updater. Click confirm to proceed and wait. Congrats, you've just installed the PBXact updater. Once the PBX upgrade module is installed, you'll be able to find it again in the PBX GUI under modules admin 15 to 16 upgrade tool. You'll want to click that. After selecting the upgrade tool, the page will reopen. You can check the features of the PBXact 16 upgrade by expanding the tabs that are here. As mentioned before, we're talking mostly about the UCP templates, GraphQL, and the update to 7.4 PHP. From there, you'll want to check the requirements by clicking the Check Requirements button. This is going to run through a quick process as a requirements check. Once it's over, you will see all the elements that have passed validation. From there, you'll move to the next step by clicking Proceed to the upgrade process. Please remember that this here is going to be your point of no return. If you're ready, click the next button to start the process. The system will start downloading the new PHP 7.4 dependent packages along with any of the updated modules. So do not close or refresh the browser. This is going to be a common theme moving forward. You're just going to want to simply sit back and wait as the PBX updates itself. On the next screen, you'll receive a pop-up that asks you once again to confirm the action. Please remember this is your point of no return. Click OK to proceed or cancel to reassess your priorities. Step 2 of the upgrade wizard will take some time. Once again, our theme here is do not refresh the browser. Let's go ahead and let this finish. On step number 13, we're going to wait just a little bit more. This process is going to take some time. It's downloading the process, updating the modules. Just a quick FYI, once this is completed, the system itself will perform the required FWO console restart commands so that you don't have to. Just another thing to mention, probably should have mentioned this at the top of the broadcast here, but this is not the type of update that you would want to do on the fly during business hours. This will require some rebooting of the system, and you will want to use a maintenance window and let your users know that this is taking place. Again, this process is going to take some time to download and upgrade. Once it's finished, you'll see that it's updated and finished. You'll click the refresh icon to continue. And voila, your system is complete and your version of PHP is updated. You can now fully take advantage of all the new features of your freshly implemented PBXact 16 system. One other thing that I did want to mention as well, I'm not going to go through a slide with each screen. Remember that this is basically going to bring you back to the features, to the process replicated in the upgrade from 15 to 16. But if you are updating from a older version, say 13 or 14 to 16, you're going to want to file the track one, which is to create a backup of your system. Once you've created a backup system, the recommended path from 13 or 14 is to use that functionality to restore onto a freshly or newly installed PBXact 16 system. The following steps have been documented both in our wiki, and I provided some links in this presentation as well. But as mentioned, step one, take a backup of your system, of your 13 or 14 or older system. You'll want to take a full backup of the system using the module. You'll see that I've included some links here to further detail how that takes place. You'll want to ensure that PBXact system is running on the other system is fully up to date with any of the RPM modules. I've also included a link to updating all those modules over on our wiki. And then, of course, lastly, you will restore. The backup and restore module has been completely redesigned in 15, so you will see some GUI differences in the way that it works from 13, 14, and 15. And again, I've included plenty of links for restoring from backup. After a successful restore to your system, or bringing that up to 13 or 14 is successful, you'll be able to replicate that in the new 15 system and upgrade completely to 16 from there. Just a few additional resources. As mentioned previously, I've included a link on where to check or buy your POMPs. You can do this both in portal under your My PBX section or in the admin GUI under activation. We've got a link and a promo for the FreePBX conversion utility. We've created a complete guide for restoring or backup and restore guide for PBXact. We've also included a 16 guide for upgrading directly and a troubleshooting reference, more information on the Sangoma phone beta, and as previously mentioned, a complete guide on upgrading your PBXact system from the command line interface. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining me today. As mentioned previously, my team is here to help you with anything that is PBXact or FreePBX or even open source related here at Sangoma. I'm very easily reached at 855-GET-MIKE, or you can reach me by email at mwhite@sangoma.com. We've, at this time, would like to start our poll. Is that correct, Elvita?
Yeah, I already started it, so you should all see it in your screen. We have here one question about, do you know how soon can you expect to see the changes for the new version 16 into PBXact Cloud?
I do not, you probably will start seeing it here almost immediately. I don't know if Lauren's checked out, but we're working on it right now, and plans are to have PBXact Cloud updated to 16 this quarter. So maybe this month, maybe early next month. Excellent. Let's see what we have here. Just reading through a couple questions. Does voicemail auto update? Yes, voicemail does auto update. Will the mobile version of Zulu be updated? Nope, we've already migrated away from the mobile version of Zulu. We introduced a little over a year ago Sangoma Connect. This is our next generation mobile app. It is available currently with your Sangoma Zulu licensing. You can find that in Wiki with plenty of instructions on how to update that. Bruce, I'll send you some instructions on that. Hey, Derek, I'm going to reach out to you directly on this 13 update issue, but I think unless there's any other questions, that should round it out for the day. Well, thank you very much again, folks. My name is Michael White. I really appreciate you joining us today. And again, please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you for your time.